Asors continued to swirl around the Padres and free agent Eric Hosmer. General Manager A.J. Preller added a lesser-known target Tuesday in a trade with the New York Yankees. Newcomer Bryan Mitchell will compete for a rotation job with San Diego. Preller estimated he had been inquiring about the right-hander for the last 3 years. The acquisition cost third baseman Chase Headley. Headley, a former franchise cornerstone, is headed back to San Diego, along with the final year of his contract, worth $13 million. To complete the deal, the Padres sent outfielder Jabari Blash to New York, and the Yankees, effectively performing a salary dump, will pay half of a $1 million alignment bonus Headley receives for being traded. The Padres are responsible for the other $500,000. Whether Headley makes it all the way back to San Diego remains to be seen. A separate trade Tuesday involved another infielder. Ryan Schimpf went to Tampa Bay for minor leaguer Dion Tansel, but Headley adds to a logjam. For now, Yangervis Solarte, Corey Spangenberg and Carlos Asuaje remain on the roster. While Asuaje is a second baseman, Solarte and Spangenberg can play either second or third. The farm system contains a number of promising infield prospects, and third baseman Christian Villanueva held his own during his September debut. All 4 of the established major leaguers, including Headley, are likely to be available. Solarte, San Diego's opening day third baseman in 2017, would be the preference for most rivals, but that does not preclude the Padres from making multiple trades. I was very honest, telling Headley we're going to talk to other clubs as well, said Preller, who added that, within 30 minutes of the deal, teams began calling about his surplus. From our standpoint, it's a professional hitter, a professional at-bat, a guy who has experience playing in New York, under the bright lights there for a winning club. We'll kind of see how the next few months play out. Headley, 33, has been a steady, if unspectacular, contributor throughout his career. The exception was the second half of 2012. The then Padre finished that year batting .286 with 31 home runs, and won both the Silver Slugger and Gold Glove awards at third base. In 2014, the Padres traded Headley to the Yankees for a return that included Solarte. That December, New York resigned him to a 4-year, $52 million deal, well short of what seemed possible 2 years earlier. Over 11 seasons, 8 of which began with San Diego, Headley is a .264 hitter with 130 home runs. Should the Padres decide to retain him in 2018, he likely would be the team's most experienced player. I'm sure we're going to get hit on some guys in the second base, third base area, Preller said. I never want to mislead anybody from that standpoint. But I told him to be ready to go opening day for us next year. We think that maybe we're a year or 2 behind where the Yankees are at right now. But that's what we're building towards, a team that can contend year in, year out. I think we're going to need some players who are going to help us get there from an on-field standpoint and also from setting the tone with some of our younger players. Mitchell, who is under team control through 2021, represents a longer-term play. The 26-year-old wields a fastball that can touch 98 miles per hour, an above-average curveball and a usable cutter. But he has struggled with inconsistency and never came close to reaching high potential with the Yankees. Mitchell made 48 appearances, including 9 starts, across 4 major league seasons. He owns a career ERA of 4.94, with 64 strikeouts against 44 walks. Last season, Mitchell returned from fracturing a toe to post a 3.25 ERA in 14 appearances, 13 starts for AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He recorded a 5.79 ERA in 20 games, 1 start for the Yankees. He's a guy that our scouting group had talked about a lot the last 3 years, Preller said. It's big fastball velocity, and he's got a really good breaking pitch in there, too. 26 years old, 4 years of control. We kind of compared that to the free agent market, and he was probably more intriguing in terms of the upside. He's one of those guys that clubs try to acquire. Obviously, if he was performing like a front-of-the rotation starter, you're not getting him, but I think the components are there. Now we've got to try to see if we can make some tweaks that enable him to be a little more consistent and give him some more opportunity so he's not looking over his shoulder every time he has an outing. Mitchell is out of minor league options, and cannot be sent down without passing through waivers. He joins Clayton Richard, Luis Perdomo and Dinelson Lamet as rotation options for manager Andy Green. Other in-house candidates include those returning from injuries: Matt Strahm, Rob Yerlin, Colin Ray and several prospects, though none may be ready for an early season debut. Preller guessed he still will sign a free agent or 2. Blash, 28, did not receive consistent opportunity with the Padres until the second half of 2017. The former Rule 5 draft selection has considerable power but struggled to apply it at the highest level. He hit .200 with 8 home runs over parts of 2 major league seasons. Schimpf, 29, emerged from career-long obscurity in the minors to hit 20 home runs for the Padres in 2016. He was the team's opening day third baseman in April, but was batting .158 when San Diego optioned him to AAA in June. Schimpf was not recalled before the season ended. Tansel, 23, figures to be an organizational depth piece. The former 32nd round draft selection hit .277 last season in Los Ingles. Tansel, who is known for some bat ball ability, can play shortstop or third base. Notable, there continues to be serious buzz involving Hosmer, the top free agent first baseman, and the Padres, but as of early Tuesday night at the winter meetings, no agreement appeared imminent. San Diego may be closer to addressing its shortstop problem, and Preller said the Padres have considered 8 or 9 players they believe could be acquired through free agency or a trade. Free agent Zach Cozart and Philadelphia's Freddie Galvis are believed to be near the top of that list. While Cozart is 32 and Galvis is a season away from free agency, some rival officials think the Padres would consider moving a young pitcher, such as Perdomo, in order to land a controllable shortstop who can shift to another position when prospect Fernando Tatis Jr. is ready. Flexibility is something we continue to value, Preller said. A lot of times with good shortstops, they can bounce around the field and play anywhere. Preller said he would like to acquire another option to back up catcher Austin Hedges. The current candidates are Rocky Gale and the recently signed Rafi Lopez. Caption UPDATES 345 p.m. This story, originally published at 840 a.m., was updated with quotes and additional information.